The story of the land of youth, Tien and time is an odd thing. Something storytellers are often quite preoccupied with. Um, how does time flow? Where does it seem to flow faster sometimes than at others? And why are there worlds where time passes at a different rate, or perhaps time doesn't pass at all? C.S. Lewis used this. Of course, Narnia is in a completely different space-time continuum. So if you travel to the other world, what happens when you get back? This is the story of Oisin, and some people tell this in the first person, as if Oisin is a very old man telling his own story. But we will start at the beginning with a young man named Oisin, the son of Finn, who lived in Ireland a long, long time ago. He was out hunting with his father, and perhaps his uncles, and maybe his brothers. And they saw coming across a lake a white horse that seemed to travel across the surface of the lake as easily as another horse would simply canter across the ground. A beautiful white horse, and of course, the maiden who was riding the beautiful white mare was lovely herself. And of course, the hunters all knew that she came not from this world, but from the land of the Fae, the land of the fairy, the other world. And she dismounted, she came directly to Oisin and spoke to him and him alone, and invited him to come with her to Tien and land of the Fae, the land of the fairy, the land of the ever young. And Oisin, perhaps he was entranced or captivated by her beauty, and he sprang up behind her and rode with her on her beautiful white mare across the lake to a land where the crops never failed, where there was no hunger, a land of the ever young, where people danced and made music and sang and told stories, where the sky was always blue. And Oisin was happy, for he was very much in love with Neve, the beautiful Fey princess who had brought him to that land. But there came a day when Oisin longed to see his father just once more, knowing that by now his father must be old, and perhaps this would be the last time. He begged Neve to let him ride her beautiful white mare over the lake to his own land. And Neve understood his pain at the separation from his father and agreed, but said, do not dismount from the horse, do not set a foot on the old land. Come back to me. So Oisin mounted the white mare and rode across the lake. And when he came back to his old home, it seemed strange to him. Places that he remembered as being woods of tall trees were now fields being worked. And when he saw his father's old fort, it was covered in ivy and half tumbled down. And Oisin rode on, and he saw some men moving a heavy stone, and they looked at him strangely, as if puzzled by the clothes that he was wearing. And he said, "My name is Oisin. I am the son of Finn. I am looking for my father, but his fort. It's half fallen down." And the men looked at him and said, "Oisin, Finn, they are names that we know, but we know them from legend." And Oisin wanted to help the men move the stone, and he leaned forward in the saddle and began to push. But as he did so, the saddle slipped and he fell from the white mare, from the white horse, onto the ground. And as he did so, time caught up with him. And the men moving the stone watched as Oisin's youth departed, deserted him, and where once there had been a handsome youth, with perhaps a touch of the fae about him, there now lay a man who was old beyond imagining. So Oisin didn't return to Neve and the land of youth, but sat for some time beneath the spreading oak tree in the land of his birth, until he who waits at the end of all our lives came to take him. Because time passes differently in this place. I wonder if Neve waits for him still. Perhaps she does.